All right. Tell me about the dissociative identity disorder. What caused it, when you found out about it, what you're doing to live with it, and the consequences that it's had on your life.
Well, I guess it was like when I was being abused as a kid by my uncles and one of Mama's boyfriends. It was like, I guess it was too much trauma to understand, and that my mind, like you said, it became a filing cabinet, and each one had a different drawer. It's like my mind or my brain splintered off into different sections, and I didn't even know that it existed. I just remember times that I remember times that I don't remember. Put it that way. Like waking up in jail and don't know why I was there or how I got there. Even in the juvenile facilities, the same goes for that. I remember being there and I remember going to court, but I don't remember actually doing the action that caused me to go to court or get sent to jail or detention centers. I really didn't even know what was going on because nobody took the time to say, hey, what's going on with you? What's wrong with you? Why do you do these things? And that was a matter of like, I didn't know anything was wrong with me until the big breakdown in 2013, where I left you and our family and left our home for 9 months and don't remember none of it. Just remember coming to and being at a friend's house and saying, I need to go home, and walking. I remember walking, and it was bitter cold, to Charlie Bill's, and Charlie Bill actually had brought me home. It affects me every day because from one minute to the next, I don't know, like, I'm gonna switch, or flip into one of the other ones and not have no memory and do something that me personally I'm not responsible for, because I don't know what goes on when one of the other authors comes out. It's like going to sleep and getting up, walking in your sleep and doing stuff in your sleep, and then when you actually come to, you're still in your bed. It's something like that. It's almost like sleepwalking. But with my case, when I went into one of the other ones, they did stuff that was against the law, that they gravitated toward negative people. And like me, when I'm myself, I'm like country. I talk country. I don't use big words because I never was good at that. But I think one of the other ones inside of me is like sophisticated enough to where they could say those big words, and I'm sure you've caught on to it sometimes.
Well, I know that when you were in the Dyersburg Hospital after you had made an attempt on your life, and you were hooked up to all the machines and stuff, and that I think that was the first time that you had become totally aware of one of the other ones inside of you giving you directions, and that one had told you how to unhook the machines. Do you remember that conversation?
Right. It was like, I remember when I was laying there in the bed, I remember like, I wanted a cigarette because I'm smoking. I like cigarettes, but it was like I was like, well, I can't do that because I'm hooked up to all these machines, and then all of a sudden a voice comes through saying, well, you can do it. Just this is how you do it. And I knew if I unplugged the machines that the alarms would go off. Well, evidently the other one inside of me was smart enough to know. And that's another thing. This one had to be, I'm not smart enough to unhook machines to keep the alarms from going off. But the other one inside me was. And I was able to unhook these machines. And not see you're hooked up to these machines, that if you unhook anything, then there's going to be an alarm go off. Because the intensive care unit, I mean, they have to constantly stay monitoring these machines. And when they're out there at their desk and not in the room with you, they've got the layout and the board that shows each person's vital signs. And when you unhook a machine or something goes wrong with the machine, then it sends an alarm to the nurse's station. Well, somehow the other one inside of me was able to unhook this machine to keep the alarms from going off. And I was able to get out of the ICU and went all the way down and went outside in my nightgown and got a cigarette from somebody I didn't even know. Somebody that I thought was on the same floor with me that attempted suicide, but actually she was a cancer patient on another whole different floor.
Well, I know that it was a horrifying thing for me because that was the day that you were supposed to appear in court, and that I had to go directly from the ER. I had contacted your attorney, and he told me that if I did not come and appear in court, that Dyer County would come and chain you to the hospital bed. That's exactly what he told me. So I had to go to court. I had not brushed my hair and my teeth. I don't even know what I was wearing. And that when we got back from that, your mother was with me, and there you were on the sidewalk in the hospital gown, a cigarette in one hand, the other hand holding the back of the gown closed. And so it was automatically, it's like, oh, what has happened here? And so I sent your mother to get you, and I told her, I said, I'm going upstairs to find out what happened. And when I got up there, the nurse's station, they already knew because by the look on my face, and they said that for whatever reason that the locking mechanism on the doors in the ICU had not worked, and that was how you were able to leave the unit. And I think there's a lot of people that do not understand about dissociative identity disorder because it is bizarre. It sounds bizarre. And 5 years later, I still have problems wrapping my head around it. And so a lot of people, instead of trying to understand it, they have a tendency to want to dismiss it or think that it doesn't exist. Even within the psychological community, there's still a lot of controversy. And I wish some of these people would come and talk to you.
Well, that's the reason it's hard for me to talk to people like professionals or therapists or anybody, because it's like when I try to talk to somebody about it besides you, because you actually understand it, and that's why it's easier for me to talk to you about it. But these other people that come in and try to talk to me about it, it's like I shut down. And I think one of the other ones come out and say, we're not going to talk to them because they undermine it. They discount it. They look at it. They look at it like that it don't exist.
They act like you're making it up. That's exactly what they do. They act like you're making it up.
Well, they got assistant warden Clinton Denton, the one that helped violate my constitutional rights in the unit, with a green team member, so I don't know what they're doing. But if I had to hang up, you know why. But anyway, we can continue talking. It's like this. It's like it's hard. It's very, very difficult for me to talk about the DID or what I went through, because a lot of people undermine it, and it's like they don't care. And I think that they try to discount a lot of it because it's almost like I don't know. It's just hard to describe it.
Well, I think
a lot of people don't understand it, and they don't want to accept the fact that DID does exist.
Well, a lot of people don't know what they're looking at, and it still blows my mind that your birth family never saw it, because when you switch, it's not like there are bells or whistles, or it's not like Hollywood where you suddenly start talking in a British accent or anything like that. But there are a lot of behaviors that are different, and that you can tell when you're one of the other ones, or that I can tell when you're one of the other ones.
Right.
As far as little Michael, when little Michael is present, there is a laugh that none of the other ones have. His
Right.
behavior is very much that of a child. He pouts. He does pout. Especially when he doesn't like the word no. You can't have it. And it's like, Mom and I both, because her mom taught elementary school for 27 years, and she was used to the behavior of children, we didn't know what we were seeing at first, but then afterwards it all made sense. As far as Anti-Michael, when you had been hospitalized the first time, he was very much like the kids that I counseled, the teenagers that I had counseled at the Marion Youth Center. Hoodie up over his head. He would hold his fork like a shovel. He was sitting there poking holes in the styrofoam tray, very much brooding. And so it was very easy to see when he was present. Now, Renegade, I still don't know the difference between Renegade and Anti-Michael.
Well, that's the reason, like, a lot of times, even when that lady, Dredd, or whatever her name was doing that psychological evaluation on me, I think that, you know, she kept asking questions, and I believe that, that it wasn't just me answering them. I believe it was the other ones inside me answering as well. And that was like, I don't know if she caught it. I'm pretty sure she didn't, because she misdiagnosed me. I don't know. It's like a lot of people, they don't really pay attention to when they're asking these questions. They don't understand that, you know, what if it's two or three answering these questions instead of just one? Right.
And that's exactly what happened when you had the psychological testing at UVA in Charlottesville. And that one of the things, there is this horrible bigotry towards people who are mentally ill and have had criminal charges as a result of the mental illness. And the skepticism is that, oh, they're faking it, they don't want to go to jail or prison, and that's not so. A lot of times it is that these people need alternative sentencing so that they can be in a facility where it can help them. Now, you have lost, since 2014, you've lost this many years that you could have been getting treatment, specialized treatment to focus on the child abuse and the dissociative identity disorder.
Right. And that's the reason it's hard for me to talk to, like, therapists and all that, because, you know, I've had so many of them that just, like, okay, and undermine it, and try to downplay it for what it really is. And, you know, I don't know, there was only one person that actually understood it besides you, and that was the guy that was at Bledsoe. I don't remember his name, but he was a therapist there, and, you know, he had said that he had worked with, you know, one or two other ones that had BID, which is multiple personality disorder, and, you know, he wanted to work with me, but unfortunately, you know, I've seen him twice, and they shipped me to Trailsdale because they was trying to fill that facility up. So nobody else has really took the opportunity to actually pay attention.
Right.
So that's why it's hard for me to talk about.
How are you trying to, what methods are you using to try to control the switching between personalities while you've been incarcerated? Can you control it? What methods have been effective? Which things have not been?
Well, a lot of the information that you had sent me, you know, the DID and multiple personality disorder, is like, I read a lot of it and I studied it, and I started putting into practice those things that you sent me. One is like, know that it's not, the main thing is know that what happened with my childhood wasn't my fault. I blame myself a lot of times for that, and I always thought it was my fault. I thought it was something wrong with me, the reason that I was abused so bad. But now I know that it wasn't my fault. It was their fault. It was them that chose to abuse me and put me through the things that they did. And just staying away from negativity. Staying kind of to myself, because that's what that's me. That's me. Me personally, that's me being grounded, is like staying to myself, because that's mainly what I did when I was with you, is, we did our things together, and then, that was it. I didn't want to be around nobody else but you and our family. It's just a matter of breathing and thinking before doing. That's the main thing, is like, analyze each situation, no matter what it is. If I do this, what's going to be the outcome? Is it going to be a good outcome or bad outcome? And just, analyze every single thing before I speak, before I do, before I act, all of it. I have to analyze every little thing. That way, and I still slip sometimes. Like at Morgan County when I went out of place. And I feel responsibility for that. But I don't think they didn't understand what was going on with me either. So, that's another reason that, they charged me with something totally different than I actually got in trouble for.
Right, because the behavior when you hid in the laundry cart to avoid, trying to avoid.
That was Little Michael. It sounded like Little Michael. I believe that was Little Michael, because he got scared.
Right.
And he went hid. And that, a lot of times when I was a little kid that age, and I knew something was going to happen, I tried to go hide.
Right.
That was the main thing. And I think that's a prime example of what happened in Morgan County.
Right. Well, I tried to explain that, and they just didn't want to hear that. I know that personally, even though I have been your advocate since the beginning of this, that because I am your wife, they want to discount what I have to say.
Right.
I know that you've also been journaling so that you can make sure that there's no missing time.
Right. Well, I keep a journal, like anything and everything that happens, I write down in my notebook. That way, if I always go back through it, and if I notice something that like don't add up or something, then I know that there's a switch. But so far, the medication that I'm on and me doing what I'm doing to like stay stable is working, and that's without therapists or any of that. That's me doing it on my own, because this class left 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't seen anybody. Ain't nobody even come around. Miss Betsy she's a therapist here. She was coming around, but now she's not even coming around. So I don't know what the deal is with that situation. So, and I knew that I ain't had help since I've been in here besides what you've done for me. So, I'm not turning to these people for help, because they don't care. They're looking at it like I'm another number, I'm another inmate, that I'm full of crap, and so therefore that makes me like back up further away from them and keep me from talking to them, because they're gonna look at it like I'm full of it.
Right.
So that's the reason I don't talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. I'm doing fine right now, but on me personally, I'm just staying me, and that's what I need to do. I'm not switching. I'm not. I ain't got reports of me walking around talking to myself or none of that, like I did at Northeast.
How about voices in your head? Have you heard any voices in your head?
No, none. I ain't heard no voices since the time that the one that told me that this is all on you now. You can take in control, and that was at Northeast.
And that was Anti-Michael, and he had actually apologized for his behavior, hadn't he?
Oh yeah. It was like me sitting and having a conversation with somebody sitting right in front of me. Except I couldn't see it; I could just hear it.
Okay.
It was like he took responsibility, and I think he understood what he had done to me and all the other ones inside of me, and to you and my family.
Well, I know it was interesting because the only thing I knew of dissociative identity disorder was them mentioning multiple personality disorder years ago when I was in college, and it was just a brief thing in an abnormal psychology class. So I had to do a lot of research over the years, and and I missed it at first. I had no idea what I was dealing with. The first night that you had left out of the house, you sent me a text and you said, "I'm looking in the mirror and I don't know who I see." And I wish I had kept that text.
I don't remember that at all. And I think, by me saying I'm looking in the mirror and don't recognize who I see, it had to be one of the other ones. Just like when you told me that, that there's a time that said I had to get this out of me.
Yes.
I think all that was one of the other ones inside of me, and if I didn't get it out of me, it would have killed me. I know it would have. There's no doubt in my mind. I was almost dead when I come home.
Right.
And still wasn't able to grasp what was going on. I really couldn't grasp what was really going on until, I came to it and for one, got all the drugs out of my system that I was taking, to try to, avoid feeling or thinking or, to try to avoid all the natural feelings and things that we go through on an everyday basis. I was trying to hide and to stay away from it.
Well, and to keep from dealing with the memories of the abuse.
Minute remaining.
Well, just to keep from dealing with everyday life, which was the bad thing because I need to deal with everyday life. That's what God put us here to do. So,
would it bother you to go into detail about specifics about the childhood abuse?
Do I now?
Do you feel comfortable enough to talk about that? Can you call me back?
Well, we ain't got but 10 minutes. So I got to get a shower, but I can call tomorrow, and we can do it again tomorrow. All
right, baby. I love you.
All right, I love you too. Have fun at the gym.
All right, thanks, baby.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you. Bye, baby.
Bye, baby.